This is a special customer show.
All right, guys, we are at obviously Tech Performance. And you can see all these nice parts here and these intercoolers and all this interesting stuff that they have going on. And when I say interesting, as in Tech is getting into the Ford Mustang business, I guess you could say a little bit. And they are building the intercoolers now. So we're going to go ahead and talk with Matt, and he's going to let us know a little bit about it. And we're just going to see where that leads from there. I'm hoping he'll possibly take us through the shop out here and show us the process and tell us a little bit about the process of, then we can show you the parts hopefully before it's actually put together and how everything goes. So let's get in here and talk to Mr. Matt himself. And there she is. What do you think so far?
I think it'll be a big improvement.
I think it will be too. But Matt, it's all you. I'm just going to let you go away with it because you're the mastermind behind this. And
yeah,
let us know anything you want us to know about it.
All right. Well, first off, as you already said, it doesn't look as big in person as it does in photos and videos, right? Yeah. So when you bolt this thing to the manifold, it's actually 15 inches in height. So from the base where it bolts to the head to the top is 15 inches at the highest point. I think in the rear, at the back of the lid, I think it's around 14 inches. And then I think the throttle body height is about 13 5/8. I think it's a little bit higher than 13 5/8. Which is lower than like a high ram for an LS with a big intercooler on it, and I think it's substantially different. So yes, it's big, but no, it's not as big as some of the other things you've seen. And a lot of that can be dictated too by how the manifold is actually mounted to the engine, how high the engine is in the chassis. Obviously, there hasn't been one like this for a Coyote yet, so we don't really know what that is.
Question, since you said that right there, what? I don't want to say possessed, or what brought the let's get into doing the Ford Mustang stuff?
Well, we do so many for the other Holley manifolds. I actually had a couple of people reach out asking if we would do one for a Coyote manifold. Not people that necessarily wanted to use them, but people that wanted us to sell them. So, that prompted us to get into development on it, and we spent a lot of time in development on it. We spent at least...
come on through. You ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah. I'm one of the tech guys that takes care of us here.
Yeah, we spent months trying to figure out exactly how we wanted to make this thing because of the runner situation where it sticks up above the mounting flange, and we wanted to clear that with the intercooler. Obviously, you have to. There's no way around it. We messed around with different core configurations, twin cores, angled cores, just trying to package it appropriately and as compact as we could. And then ultimately we decided, because of the spacer and because of the height of it, if you save an inch, you're not saving a lot.
Right.
So we decided to go ahead and make something that was more robust, that had a lot of cooling capacity. And the way we do intercoolers though, 4.5 inch core, 1 3/4 spacer, well, that math doesn't add up when I tell somebody that it adds 5 3/4 of an inch in height. But the way that we do that, we protrude into the lid area with the core itself, and we actually come down into the spacer a little bit.
So some of these poor Coyote guys got a stock hood. They got one or two choices.
Yeah.
Buy a new hood or cut it.
Yeah, buy a new hood, cut it, or just just leave it off.
Yeah, leave it off.
No prep it.
We'll take the front end off and have the small tire front. Yeah,
exactly.
No prep, guys.
Exactly. But yeah, so those are like the just the overall of it. The core sizing, you can see that this odd shape in the back where the manifold is profiled. We wanted to keep that because we didn't want to square this thing off and make it look just ugly and blocky if we could help it. But what that did do was it kept us from having a water port on this back side, on this back corner. Typically, we like to run 2 in the front, 2 in the rear, and that gives people options.
Right.
It also gives people the ability to do like a dual flow, so 2 inlets, 2 outlets. That way you have the efficiency of your pulling cold water this side, cold water this side instead of cold, and then it having to travel across. You can't do that with this, unfortunately, but because of the 16 ORB fitting, you can plumb plenty of water through this to make it work. We just don't have the fitting on that side, unfortunately.
I know when when Robbie actually mentioned it to me, and then you and me had kind of talked about it, and I was like, if you'll put us pretty much top of the list, and we'll buy one and definitely help you guys as far as putting it on the dyno.
And this is intercooler number 1. This is the first one we put together.
Hey, you're number 1. Hey, you're number 1 to tick. Finally number 1. But obviously, I mean, and I'll go ahead and put it out there right now. We've got 4 or 5 races left in the year, and anybody that's into this, they don't want to even go down for. It's hard to go down for regular maintenance during the year, but you have to. But we're going to finish out the year with what we got, and that way we can really pay good attention to this when we put everything together and get a real true test for you guys showing, because we don't. The power that it made and the power it's going to make with this, the difference, and we're not going to skew nothing because it's just not the right way to do it.
Intake air temperatures are going to be tremendously better.
Yeah, I know Robbie's got a lot of data logs right now with, and tunes saved, and he's just data logged everything, showing, all year long what temperatures are at different times of year. Tracks, hot, cold, sweating. Yeah. I mean, you know how it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do.
But it's definitely, it really looks good, and like I said, we want people to see the true numbers and everything behind this, and I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to work with you on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But can we sneak out in the shop and see how the process is made?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Some of the parts being made for that particular intercooler. How many a day are you trying to make, Matt?
Per day, we don't really have a set number, but you could probably run that particular piece. You can probably run around 14 a day.
Gotcha. Have you got a lot of calls for intercooler yet, or is it just?
Yeah, we've got a lot. So we've had a lot of people asking about this thing. We did kind of a release of a 3D printed model of it, and we had a lot of people interested in that. So we had a sign-up list, and we've had about, 60 or 70 people on the sign-up list ever since we released that 3D printed image. And so yeah, we've gotten good response out of it.
Yeah, it's like anything new. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
People's going to, of course, obviously they're going to do that thing. Well, could you improve this or improve that? I'm not going to say it's. Well, what they might not see as 100% is 110% for you all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's always hard to, everybody comes up with different ideas. What would have been different if you'd have done it like this or that? But I know that there's going to be some very well good testing done on this one.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Got a big stack of them.
Catch a glimpse of the other side right here.
Yeah. When these things come out of the machine, we actually have the guys rinse them off with water, spray them off, and then we put wax on them. And while we're messing with them, we try not to get our fingerprints on them.
Put on them gloves there.
Exactly. We do our best to leave it as beautiful as it can. As soon as it's a raw finish, and we like that. It kind of looks like a mirror on these edges and stuff, so we like to leave it that way. hurt to make a few extra of those.
No, never hurts to have too many parts.
Right. Intercooler itself.
Front side.
Yeah.
The thing is shiny.
Oh yeah. Very reflective. So this is the rear tank here. You see that profile that the manifold has in it.
I think y'all done a pretty good job at this. I mean,
Yeah. So this is all these parts. The two tanks themselves, we run those in a 5-axis machine because there's no physical way to get the dimensions that we need. They can't be made on just anything. They have to be made by something that's very, very accurate. And luckily for us, the machines that we use have servo drives and ball drives to maintain arc accuracy.
like I say, Matt, I appreciate you showing us the process of it there. And seems like since the last time me and Robbie were up here, so it's like a few things have changed around here.
Yeah.
And speaking of changing, you want to let people know?
Yeah. So Joey Anderson and myself. Joey is was an employee of Tick Performance longer than I've been, actually.
Yeah.
About I think a year or 2 years longer than myself. He and I went in together and purchased Tick Performance. So we're the new owners of the company.
Owners of the company. How do you feel about that?
Excited, ready to try new things. You know, I've always been in the trenches, building a company, and now I'm ready to try to see what I can really do and expand the company.
Well, basically, I'm gonna say from one business owner to the other, you have to look at things a lot different.
Yeah, absolutely. I've learned that very quickly.
And I always said, if you really want to learn some stuff, own a business. And I'm not going to go into detail on that because it's something people need to experience and learn on their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I know you guys, I know you'll do good at this. You and Joey both. You'll probably exceed expectations because I know we didn't really, well, I'll say it now. We've talked a little bit about wanting to expand a little bit on, from GM out to GM Ford and maybe another brand out there or something, making parts for them. And I think I'm going to get this loaded up, get this one loaded up, and he's already grinning, so he's probably going to get this back to the shop, and we'll show some more on it when we get back to our shop with it, and he'll be drooling all the way and probably holding it like a baby going down the road. But we definitely, it's looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys can do with it.
Yeah, it should be very interesting. But it's a ritual for me. I cannot leave here. I've got to go talk to my main man right now because he's always got some good words of wisdom for me. So
Yeah.
Now, I don't never come up here and not talk to you, so you always give us some good words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom, huh?
Words of wisdom. You always have, but you always make sure we go away not hungry also. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be Sour Patch Kids, beef jerky, something. We always go away.
Yeah. And he was talking about Sour Patch Kids the other evening. So I thought they were talking about like the little bag. So you get a big box if you order something from Tick.
For the most part.
You're going to spoil everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we always try to throw in decals. We've also got this program going on. I've never seen anybody else do that. If you buy something from us and you do a review on it, you have a chance of getting $5 to do a review for something that you're already going to buy. Just take the extra time to do a review on it.
That works for me. So I guess.
Then there's always the Team Tick program.
Always.
If anybody's not in on it, they need to be on it. Because like it says, it's like Amazon Prime, but for car guys.
There you go. But I guess in other words, you kind of put your words of wisdom in right there by telling us you're just spoiling all your customers now.
Try to.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean, if we mess up, give us a chance to make it right.
I
mean, that's any customer, that's any company. It's how you handle it
Right.
separates you from everybody else. We try to pride ourselves on making it right no matter what.
There you go. Well, I don't think Robbie quit smiling all the way coming back at all. But I did want to say thank you to all the guys at Tick Performance. Got back here, got to look at the intercooler a little more, get our hands on it. Man, I promise we're going to keep it shiny. And it's really put together very well. I believe we're going to have some really good results out of this. And we're just as excited about doing this as everyone else. And we've talked to some other Mustang guys, and you know, obviously they're looking forward to the results too. So there you go. I ain't got much more to say. Matt pretty much covered it all there in the video. Appreciate everybody watching. We'll catch you on the next one.